Hey guys, Hal here coming at you with another movie review. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into Superman, James Gunn's highly anticipated reboot that kicks off the new era in the DC universe. So let's get to it. Oh, and eyes up here. So I've not long got out of the cinema, and honestly, I've got a lot to say. So whether you're a hardcore DC fan or just a comic book lover or just like the old Superman films, then this is the review for you. So let's get to it. So James Gunn's Superman skips the traditional origin story and drops us into a world where Clark Kent is already balancing his dual identity. He's a mild-mannered reporter at the Daily Planet and a symbol of hope as Superman. Then you've got Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, a rising political and tech figure who's exploiting global unrest and public distrust of Superman. Through corporate influence and covert operations, Luthor manipulates international conflict between two fictional nations, all while building a narrative that Superman is dangerous, unchecked, and alien. So straight away, you'll notice that this film is different because Superman 2025 is not grim or gritty. It's very vibrant and hopeful, and even at sometimes a little bit goofy, but all in the best kind of way. James Gunn clearly set out to remind us that Superman is still very relevant and that he's not just a guy that can go around lifting up heavy stuff. David Corenswet as Superman absolutely nails it. He brings warmth, awkward charm, and this lovely bit of sincerity to Superman. I was really impressed, actually. I wasn't sure what we were going to get from him going into this, and he blew me away. I think he just embodied this character amazingly. Even his Clark Kent, I actually thought was really good. You didn't get to see a lot of him, but when you did feel, his chemistry with his colleagues at the Daily Planet, and even his little banter with Lois Lane, I thought was fantastic. What I would say is actually you don't get to see much of Clark Kent, say, changing into Superman, which for me is always a bit of a plus when watching Superman films. I like to see those transitions, but you don't really get much of that in this one. Which I was slightly disappointed because I love to see how they tackle that. How does he go from being Clark Kent into Superman? But I'm sure we'll get more of that in films going forward. And you've got Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. And she was a total standout for me. Again, going into it, not really sure what we were going to get. I wasn't really too bothered about any of the other Lois Lane iterations that we've had since Margot Kidder. So she really did blow me away in this film. She's probably my second favourite Lois Lane, actually, to Margot Kidder, because I really think she embodies this character. She's got that little bit of grit about her that I really liked from Margot Kidder's Lois Lane. So to see her bring her kind of, flavour to the character was brilliant. Her chemistry as well with David Corenswet, Clark and Superman is probably the best chemistry you're going to get between Superman and Lois Lane. I'd probably say even better than Christopher Reeve's and Margot Kidder's, and that's a big, big shout. But it's true, they just work fantastic together, and you really believe that actually them two have got a relationship together, even throughout the ups and downs. So they really did nail the casting of Lois Lane in this Superman film. So yeah, bravo to them for getting her, because she absolutely smashed it. I was also really impressed with Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Thinking about it, actually, I just think they really did absolutely nail the casting of these characters, because I found it very hard to watch Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor in Superman Returns. I just never really believed in him whatsoever. I kind of saw Kevin Spacey as just acting as Lex Luthor. But Nicholas Hoult He really did fill those shoes, and I believed him walking around that control room, trying to get the better of Superman. I think I liked the way he would say some of his phrases. It was the tone behind them that felt and sounded very much like a Lex Luthor character. So I was very impressed with him, and it's so strange watching him now be Lex Luthor when, I've watched him pretty much grow up through films, with About a Boy and Hugh Grant. So it's excellent to see him play Lex Luthor, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in other films going further, and hopefully he has a little bit more to do as well. You let me know what you think of Lex Luthor, because I thought he was brilliant. Now, the story isn't perfect. It feels like there's a lot of characters introduced, and it feels like they're trying to juggle a lot of different plot threads. You can definitely tell it's laying the groundwork for a much bigger universe, which is either really exciting or, for me, sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming. But to its credit, it never really loses track of who Superman is, and his story and his heartwarming moments are truly like the anchor to the story. Now, I was surprised with the balance of the tone, because there is plenty of superhero action, but there's also like some really quiet, emotional moments that kind of let you breathe and kind of take it all in what you've just watched, which I really appreciate. There was certainly a part when Superman or Clark and Lois go to his home in Smallville. Again, they nailed the characters of Martha and Jonathan Kent. But there's a moment with his dad on a bench. You might have seen a slight part of it in the trailer, and it's excellent. They only have this one particular moment together, but it really is very powerful. So I loved that part. I loved the casting. And yeah, the tone is just really evened out very well. Visually, the film is bright and comic booky. Like, James Gunn really does lean into the whole comic book side of things, which is really quite a nice, refreshing take on Superman. I really did appreciate the lovely bright colours. I've learned to love the suit as well. I mean, I've got this one, which I obviously put David Corenswet to shame, but it's something that I've really liked, considering I just love the Christopher Reeve suit, and the Man of Steel one grew on me over time. But he looks fantastic in this suit as well. Flying looks excellent. So yeah, visually, really, really good. The action scenes are a bit hit or miss. Some of them are genuinely thrilling, but others can seem a bit too CGI heavy or a bit chaotic. I mean, that is to be expected from these superhero films now. I mean, I know there was some complaints about how much damage was done in The Man of Steel, and loss of life of civilians, but I can't say it's much better in this one, to be quite honest with you. But that's what's going to happen if you've got aliens fighting other aliens on Earth. So it's just to be expected, but yes, can feel a bit manic at times. And before I finish, how can I forget Krypto the Superdog? He absolutely steals scenes in this film, and it really does pay off having him in it. It gives you another kind of character for Superman to, gravitate towards and want to protect. And that is actually a really good plus for this film. You've got something else other than Lois Lane that Superman really has like an attachment to. So yeah, it works wonders. They don't overuse the dog too much either. It's just enough, and he provides a bit of comic relief and some heroic dog stuff. Yeah, you can't ask for any more than that. So is Superman 2025 worth watching? Absolutely, especially if you've been craving a fun, hopeful, and emotionally grounded Superman. It's not perfect, but it's a confident, heartfelt reboot, and it gives us a Superman that finally feels human again. So there you go, guys. That's been my review of Superman 2025. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've seen this film and enjoyed it, then please let me know in the comments section below, or if you're planning on seeing it, let me know. But either way, thank you for tuning in. As I say, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious